Now you might think winter in the city a little bit bleak and boring, and I gotta hand it to you, you might have a point. But winter also always forces the city to show itself from a different side, and in return gives you the opportunity to learn a thing or two about yourself, if you let it happen. And this is what we're doing today, Zurich and winter activities. One way to discover new sides of yourself is winter swimming. Now, usually when I see snow, my body interprets that as a clear sign not to go near any bodies of water. However, today's script says we're doing that. Winter swimming at the Utoquai. Right here in the middle of Zurich at Seebad Utoquai, just next to the Opera House, you can take a plunge into the icy waters of Lake Zurich in a safe and guided setting. Every weekend during winter season there are courses, both for beginners and more experienced participants. It's guided by trained specialists who help you prepare for the dip and breathe through the cold. It's about breathing out. That's the only thing you can control. Winter swimming might not be for everyone, I'll hand you that. But there are plenty of reasons to find out if it might be for you. I feel like starting a mindset podcast now. I've never felt more alive. Okay, my verdict: really cold water, really warm welcome. It was really fun. The hardest part is actually the workout afterwards. Didn't expect that. All right, so let's check out what else you can do on really, really cold water. Even colder than that. For example, ice skating. You know, if you freeze water and you can also stay on top of it. And ice skate, for example, here at the Dolder Ice Rink. Over 6,000 square meters of ice. Europe's largest artificial ice field. In the city we don't ski, we skate. If you know how, that is. The ice rink is located on another city mountain called Adlisberg. Do dress accordingly. Skates, sticks and helmets and aids can be rented up here. Whether you're gracefully skating or gripping the guardrails to hold on to your dear life, there's space for everyone. If you need a break, you can warm up yourself at the restaurant with a hot tea, coffee or even a full meal. They're getting the ice ready. If you're more of a brute force type of person, try Kneble. That's what we call free ice hockey play here in Switzerland. Just don't get hurt. So that was Europe's largest artificial ice rink here at the Dolder. It's all fun and games, but do stay safe, please. I'd say let's do some rehab now. Yeah, we'll do some rehab now. Don't get me wrong, winter days in the city, they can be bleak and boring and not as nice as, for example, today. So you need those off days, you know, those spa days, those days where you treat yourself. For example, here at the Hürlimannbad Spa. Based on the architecture, you can see that these are the remains of a former brewery. In case you're wondering why we're filming inside of a pool, which we usually don't do, that has a reason. We have the place to ourselves. There are many highlights that we can recommend you to experience. One of them is the Roman-Irish Spa Ritual, a unique bathing experience that blends ancient European traditions into one deep cleansing journey. You get to go through different stations such as a steam bath, peeling shower, cold water pool and many more. There are wet areas but also dry areas for you to relax. It's really relaxing. For the undoubtedly most popular place though, we have to take the elevator upstairs. Here is the heated rooftop infinity pool where you can float above the city and take in our skyline. Now this view alone is worth every penny of the entrance fee. You see the Alps, you see the Zurichberg, Prime Tower, Hürlimannbad, what have you. And this is actually where we're going next. Another hidden gem, but not just yet. I don't know, I'll stay a little longer. Might treat myself to a little beer. Used to be a brewery after all.
And if you feel like going to Narnia, we have the Utoquai right on our doorstep. And up there is a gem that not even many locals know about. It's a hut where you can get great tea, the Fallätsche Hütte. Here we are, Teehüsli or tea hut. Looking forward to a hot cup of tea and maybe a snack too.
After a beautiful hike of 40 minutes, we reached this lovely cabin. Here you can warm yourself up and enjoy a homemade tea brewed on a real wood stove using spring water from just outside the cabin. And the price? 1 Swiss franc. And here there is no electricity, no running water, and no distractions except the view.
You remember at the beginning when I said that winter also offers to discover your city from a different side? I think this really is such a side. And it also shows how the people of the city came up here in about more than 100 years ago and just built that hut, and it still is something you can visit today and experience the best things in life. Our last stop brings us back to where we started this journey, cold Lake Zurich. And I still remember I was holding on to my dear life in the 5-degree cold water, thinking to myself, wouldn't it be a great idea to have something that could warm you back up after your swim? Turns out it exists. Introducing the Sauna boat.
What's up, Jan?
Ahoy.
Ahoy.
At the head of Lake Zurich, you'll find the Bootsvermietung Enge, which means boat rental Enge. Here you find this little floating sanctuary. You could bring your own drinks, but you can also rent loads there, such as bathrobes, slippers, and their refreshments. After a short introduction, you're off by yourself.
And the best thing about it, you don't even need a boating license for it.
And just heading out to the lake is quite the experience by itself. And once you found your anchor spot, you let the heat do its work. It's crazy how easy it is to feel that free so close to the city. And on the lake here, you got all the space you can wish for to move freely with no one bothering you and just enjoy the view. And if you're feeling extra brave, well, there's the lake surrounding your boat.
Well, that's it. That's it.
I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. For obvious reasons, I'll keep it short this time. That was Zurich and winter activities.
Okay, and here's the long version that I meant to say. Winter is a chance for Zurich to reinvent itself, to show what it truly is, and in turn for you to discover that. It can be simple things like frozen, hot, cold, or steaming water that are all out there for you to make memories with. In Zurich and winter activities.